welcome to another episode of RVCast. Today, we are with one of our newest hosts here in Vacaville, California. Ben, it's a pleasure to have you on board.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about your place here.
This is 10 acres. We're certified naturally grown. We do all organic practices. I didn't grow up to be a farmer. I became one out of necessity back in 2010 with all the bank debacle. It rearranged our retirement clock, and my wife got a job opportunity to come up here to Vacaville and start the forensics lab out in Fairfield. And we said,
really?
What the heck? Yeah, let's go. So we pulled up roots from, down there in Southern California. We'd both grown up, born there. Came here, they gave her the job the same day. And like I said, they were going to charge us $700 to park my RV over there on Midway. 14 years ago, I don't know what they'd charge now. I said, what the heck, but I'm gonna find the first piece of dirt, and this was it. It was the only owner financed property on the market. My credit was in the tank. Banks weren't lending a nickel.
Right.
We came here and I went back, I left her here. They gave her the job the same day. Came back 2 weeks later, left her in that park till we found something. I went back home and started packing 50 years of stuff. But in that move, I found this 1954 California earthworm publication.
So this was in your own possessions?
Yeah. So I was just packing stuff. It's stuff my mom had given me.
Right.
And I was going to make my millions in Vacaville selling earthworms because I like to fish.
Ah, there you go.
But in the center of that was this thing called Security Acres. And it talks about self-sustainability, biodynamic principles, organic practices, regenerative properties, all these buzzwords you hear now.
Right.
On a map dated 1948.
Nice.
So I said, hey, I can do this. So this here was the inspiration for Lockwood Acres.
Wow.
So we didn't have any money, so everything was Craigslist, garage sales, and barter.
Right.
And like I said, when we got here, 2 inches of water under the house, 5 feral cats living there. The barn was falling down, and there are only 5 trees on the property. That Meyer lemon, what's left of that box elm, this black walnut, and this mulberry tree, and an osage tree in the back. Everything else you see here, I put in. But one of my major expenses was the electricity for pumping water out of the ground for the vegetables.
Right.
So I built me a 16 kW solar system, built out of the old sea containers we brought up from Ventura.
Right.
Old trusses that I got at a garage sale for free. And
so genius design. These are just 2 shipping containers with
trusses on them.
with a truss set up above.
I put a roof on it. And then PG&E still figured out a way to send me a bill. And I overbuilt it by double of what I needed.
Wow.
So, and since I had technically all this extra power, I built these greenhouses.
Yeah.
So I could grow tomatoes and cucumbers during the winter, and light them and have summer tasting vegetables in the winter in California.
So you truly are a year-round producer.
I could be, but since COVID, it's only been me.
Right.
I just now got somebody that actually comes to work, enjoys working.
Right.
And it's a beautiful thing.
Right. That's great. So you've got the 3 greenhouses. And
one's more of a seed house, but that was the original design. Didn't hold up to wind as well.
Right.
So I made a few modifications.
Right.
The last 2 here are doing quite well.
Were these existing when you got here, or did you?
No, there's nothing here.
So you bartered or traded or
I got
whatever,
those off of Craigslist. I paid half in silver and some cash, and I mean, it was down and dirty.
Oh, that's great.
So
give us a general layout of the whole farm. You've got a vineyard?
Yep. So we've got wine grapes, juice grapes, table grapes, blackberries, and a high density row of olives. Not a great commercial model, but again, it was all built originally on self-sustainability for my wife and I.
Sure.
So, and then out here we have orchard with one of everything. My wife calls it the canning orchard. So we did early, mid, and late of each variety. Tried to pick the taste test winners of all those, of peaches, nectarines, plums, pears, apricots. So everybody on the
Fantastic.
farm has a job. The sheep's job is to mow the orchard.
Yeah.
Once I have my gate system a little bit more organized, I'll be able to run them in and out.
Yeah.
Since I liked pomegranates, that was the first thing I planted, so.
You've got quite the collection there.
I do.
That's a lot of pomegranates.
It is.
Do you juice them? Or?
We make a pomegranate shove. We make pomegranate jelly.
Mhm.
We're working on a pomegranate vinegar.
Oh, wow.
Now that we have a hydraulic press, it's still manual, but making grenadine
Yeah.
or basically just juicing it.
Wow.
But these are the sheep. That's a St. Croix, and it's a hair sheep. And then we picked hair sheep so we didn't have to shear the animals.
Oh, yeah.
So they shed like a German Shepherd.
Really?
And the one below it is a little Dorper lamb. The Dorpers are a bit more meatier conformation. So this is the area that we're concentrating on for the farmers market this season. It was all designed after a guy named James Fortier out of Quebec, Canada, called the Market Gardener. And here are my best recyclers. These are originally from Hungary, and they're called woolly hogs, prized for their charcuterie value and lard.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a
and-
big mama.
Yes, and that one's color pattern is swallow belly, and then I have one over then the next pin who had 11, and she's down to 5. She's just not making enough milk.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a blonde, so I call that one Marilyn and this one Monroe.
Oh, that's great.
So, but yeah, they turn everything into bacon.
So anybody that is passing through near Vacaville, it's definitely worth the time to take a little detour.
Absolutely.
Come to
Lockwood Acres.
Lockwood Acres
On Lock Road.
on Lock Road in Vacaville.
Yep, sounded a little bit better than Benedict's farm.
You can pick up some USDA pork as well as some vegetables and all kinds of. And also come take a tour of the farm. You offer tours throughout. Huh?
Absolutely. But
Well-
here's where all the magic happens. So anything I found, I thought I might be able to use, I stockpile it.
Yeah. This looks like how my mom would do it, because her favorite saying was use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. So,
I kept buying tractors. I finally got them all out of the grass.
oh man.
Started with the gray one,
Okay.
and then it needed a tire, and then so I could buy a whole tractor for cheaper than I could buy a tire.
So this is just a trip into nostalgia for somebody that comes by that grew up on a farm then.
Could be.
Wow. So with cheese making, do you have a cow on the
We have
farm?
goats.
Oh, okay. And so
Yeah.
everything would be goat milk
Yep.
and goat cheese?
Yep, we make our own cajeta, which is basically Mexican caramel.
Yeah.
We just gave some to the neighbors yesterday, so.
And so do you have cheese for sale as well?
Oh no, because according to the state of California, you'll die.
Ah,
I'm not dead.
yeah.
Well, this here's a pollination row. We installed this. I forgot to point out the bees over there by the pigs, but
Oh, uh-huh.
we installed the pollination row to kind of encourage the bees to overwinter with different flowering plants. You know, some natives. We've got lavender here.
Yeah.
And, just basically a smorgasbord for them to feed off of and hopefully hang around due to the colony collapse.
Yeah.
This mason bee nest here to try and encourage more native insects to hang out and pollinate.
Oh, very cool.
And had you guys stayed, you would hear all the owls. I've got 3 owl boxes throughout the property,
uh-huh. Up
you
high there.
and you would hear them. You would hear them at night
Oh, really?
out hunting. Yeah. So this is the packing shed. This is where we decide where everything's going to market.
Uh-huh.
So we'll bring it in from the field, decide whether it's going to go to market, whether it's going to go to value added, or whether it's going to go to the pigs. So we have very little waste that actually leaves the farm. And any of it does, most of it's recycled. So
Wonderful. And you've actually got some lavender
just harvested that stuff this morning.
already.
Look at that.
So what does the future hold for Lockwood Farms?
The idea, originally was to support, 50 to 100 families in the area.
Mm-hmm.
We have a CSA program that we promote, which is community supported agriculture. And it's basically a prepaid subscription for vegetables, weekly or bi-weekly or whatever you choose to do.
Sure.
And this is where we keep the produce and the value added. So come on inside and I'll show you the store.
Oh, there you go.
And there's the store. So
you can
I grow it.
some
My
great-
wife manufactures it, and my daughter does the labels.
How delightful. So everybody gets involved.
Mm-hmm. So those are all original artwork on the cards there. So eventually I'm going to clean out on this side for vehicles like yours that pull straight in.
Right.
And that the almond trees will provide a little bit of shade.
Sure.
And then I currently just have people pull in past the tractors and parallel with the almond trees.
Okay. This is just a nice secluded private spot. You're not going to be parked 10 feet from your RV neighbor, and you get to walk out of your RV and just view
All this lovely chicory, which is a weed.
all the chicory for now.
Eventually I'll get to mowing it.
Yeah.
We've got kale and chard and onions and garlic, and you saw the squash, and we got peppers and eggplants, watermelons. I've got some beautiful watermelons from the 1840s a friend of mine gave me, and it's from a third generation watermelon farmer out of Ohio.
Oh, really?
And it's all green. You can eat the whole thing, skin and all,
Huh.
and it's got white seeds.
Really?
But it's got the best watermelon flavor I've come across.
Oh, fun. You can accommodate just about anything. Is this a pull-through site?
You could pull through. The corners are tight, but
Right.
I'm moving things around, so eventually I should be able to increase the size. Right now it's below 35 feet.
Okay. So if you've got a rig that's 35 feet or less, then
And you have to count the vehicle,
yes.
because that pivot point is what
Right.
hurts me here is the corners.
Right. So if you're towing a trailer,
Yeah.
you got to be a total 35.
Yes.
So if you're a class A, B, or C,
Nose to tail.
nose to tail. If you're pulling something, then you got to go nose of the tow vehicle to the tail of the trailer.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Or be willing to drop something. You're in behind a fence and a gate, so you don't have to worry about anything in the evening.
So you've got a bunch of everything. You've got some nostalgia with the old tractors. You've got an actual working farm. You've got the pigs that you produce some USDA pork.
If you like goat, we have that also. We have lamb
Wonderful. As a meat.
as a meat.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, that sounds delightful. Well, thanks so much, Ben.
Thank you.
Appreciate you showing us around. And as always, we hope that you've enjoyed this segment of RVCast. And if you're passing through Vacaville, just click on CurbNTurf, check out the site for Lockwood Farms. And we'll
Acres.
see you. Thank you. Just click on the site for Lockwood Acres. And hey, we'll see you on the road. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RVCast. We hope you enjoyed hearing about our latest adventures on the road.
And don't forget, if you're itching to explore unique and interesting RV destinations, be sure to download the CurbNTurf app.
That's right, CurbNTurf. It's your go-to for finding those hidden gems off the beaten path. And hey, if you own property and you want to share your slice of paradise with fellow travelers, why not become a host yourself?
Absolutely. Just head over to CurbNTurf.com/start hosting to get started. Or reach out to us for more information.
Yeah, and you don't want to miss a future episode, so be sure to subscribe to RVCast so that you never miss a beat.
Until next time, happy trails and safe travels.
We'll see you on the road.
road.